It's late at night, the house is quiet. You feel a prickling on the back of your neck, that strange sensation of being watched. You glance up from your screen and there they are, your cat. Perched high on the bookshelf, tail gently curling, eyes glowing like tiny green lanterns. Their gaze is fixed on you, or maybe at something behind you that you can't see. For a fleeting moment, you wonder if cats know something we don't. We share our homes with these small predators, yet they remain, in many ways, a mystery. They seem both domesticated and wild, affectionate yet aloof. They can fill a room with comfort by simply purring, or disappear for hours as if into another world. But here's the truth. The more we learn about them, the more we realize cats have been shaping our lives, our cultures, even our health for thousands of years. Welcome to Furry Facts. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the secret lives of cats, exploring their ancient history, their incredible biology, their subtle language, and the ways they've shaped us as much as we've shaped them. By the end of this journey, you won't just see your cat as a cute companion. You'll see them as what they truly are, a living link to a wild, ancient lineage. Ready to begin? Our story begins almost 9,000 years ago on the fertile banks of the Nile and in the valleys of the Middle East. Back then, humans were settling into farming communities. Where there were grains, there were rodents, and where there were rodents, the wild cats came. Unlike wolves who had to be tamed and trained to live alongside us, cats approached humans on their own terms. They weren't looking for friendship. They were looking for food. But as they hunted the pests that threatened our harvest, we began to see them as more than just wild creatures. In ancient Egypt, the relationship deepened. Cats became symbols of grace, protection, and even divinity. The goddess Bastet, often depicted with the head of a lioness or a domestic cat, represented home, fertility, and safety. Families kept cats not only as protectors of grain but as sacred companions. So revered were cats that to harm one was a crime punishable by death. Centuries later, when Egyptian merchants and sailors traveled the Mediterranean, cats traveled with them, not as pets but as hardworking pest controllers on ships and in ports. But history wasn't always kind to cats. In medieval Europe, superstitions linked them to witchcraft. As fear spread, many cats were killed, often black cats, and the rat population surged. Historians now believe that this mass killing of cats contributed to the devastating spread of the Black Plague. Over time, cats redeemed themselves, becoming beloved companions again. By the 18th and 19th centuries, they were fixtures in homes, barns, and even royal palaces. Today, there are more than 500 million domestic cats worldwide, each carrying with them the genes and instincts of their desert-dwelling ancestors. If you've ever looked into your cat's eyes and wondered what's going on in that small but sharp head, you're not alone. A cat's brain is about the size of a walnut, but don't let that fool you. Structurally, it's about 90% similar to a human brain, with regions responsible for emotions, memory, and decision-making. This similarity helps explain why cats can seem so, well, thoughtful. They're not mindless pets. They weigh choices, they learn routines, and they can remember solutions to problems for up to 16 hours. Those delicate whiskers you see twitching when they explore a new object. Each one is rooted deep into a cluster of nerve endings, making them ultra-sensitive motion detectors. A cat can sense tiny changes in air movement, a survival trait from their wild ancestors. Their ears are equally impressive. Able to swivel nearly 180 degrees, they catch high-frequency sounds up to 64 kHz, far beyond what humans can hear. That's why your cat sometimes stares at a spot in the wall. They might be hearing a mouse behind it or even the faint buzz of an insect. And then there's their night vision. Behind the retina lies a reflective layer called the tapetum lucidum, which bounces light back through the photoreceptors, allowing cats to see in near darkness about 6 times better than we can. So when your cat sits by the window at midnight, eyes glowing in the moonlight, they're not being spooky, they're tapping into an ancient hunting heritage. Beneath that soft fur and those gentle purrs lives a creature designed to hunt. Cats are what biologists call obligate carnivores. Their bodies are built to survive on meat. Their teeth are shaped like tiny daggers for grasping and tearing. Their claws, sharp and retractable, stay ready for the next hunt. That playful pounce at your moving shoelace or the red dot of a laser pointer, that's a predator's reflex. The little butt wiggle before they leap is a way to steady their stance for a precise strike. Cats are also crepuscular, meaning they're most active at dawn and dusk, the perfect time for hunting. Even their most endearing habits carry traces of their wild lineage. When a cat needs your lap with their paws, it's not just a sign of comfort. It's a behavior that began in kittenhood, when kneading their mother's belly helped release milk. And when they bring you a gift, a toy, or sometimes something less pleasant like a dead mouse, they're sharing their hunting success. In the wild, cats often bring back prey to share with family members. Understanding these instincts can help us care for them better by giving them outlets for their hunting drive, like play sessions and interactive toys. To many people, cats seem mysterious because they don't communicate like dogs, but cats do communicate just in their own subtle ways. In the wild, adult cats rarely use it. They reserve it for talking to us, their humans. Over thousands of years, they've learned that a certain pitch or tone can get our attention. Then there's the purr. Most people think it's a sound of happiness, but it's more complex than that. Cats purr when they're relaxed, but also when they're scared or in pain. Scientists have found that the frequency of a cat's purr, around 25 Hz, may actually promote healing in tissues and bones. Their bodies speak too. A tail standing straight up often means a friendly greeting. A gently swaying tail might signal curiosity. A tail puffed up like a bottle brush is a clear sign of alarm. And don't overlook the slow blink, a soft, languid closing and opening of the eyes. To a cat, it's the ultimate sign of trust and affection. Learning these signals transforms the way we interact with our cats. We stop guessing and start understanding. Cats spend as much as 70% of their lives sleeping, but don't mistake that for laziness. They're saving energy for the moments that matter, the chase. When they move, it's poetry in motion. A healthy adult cat can leap up to 6 times its body length in a single jump. Their flexible spine acts like a spring. Their powerful hind legs launch them forward with explosive force. And if they fall, their righting reflex allows them to twist midair and land feet first. Kittens as young as 3 weeks begin developing this remarkable skill. Their constant grooming serves not just cleanliness, but also thermoregulation, spreading natural oils through their coat, cooling them down in summer and keeping them calm. Most evidence suggests they view us as big, slightly odd-looking cats, members of their social group. That's why they rub their cheeks on our legs or push their heads into our hands. They're marking us with their scent, declaring, "You're part of my world." When a cat shows you its belly, it's often a gesture of trust, not necessarily an invitation for belly rubs. And when they sleep curled up against you, they're showing you the deepest level of feline affection. Vulnerability. Building a bond with a cat isn't about dominance, it's about respect, consistency, and gentleness. They choose who to trust, and when they choose you, it's a privilege. Living with a cat doesn't just bring joy, it can also bring real health benefits. Studies have shown that cat owners often experience lower stress levels and even reduced risk of heart disease. The soothing vibration of a cat's purr has been linked to faster healing of tissues and bones, and many people find it helps with anxiety or sleep. Cats also have an uncanny sensitivity to our moods. There are countless stories of cats curling up beside sick or grieving owners, offering quiet companionship when it's needed most. In a world that often feels too fast, cats invite us to slow down, to sit, to breathe, to listen. As we understand cats better, we become better caretakers, giving them environments that respect their instincts, enriching their lives with play and advancing veterinary care to keep them healthier for longer. The bond between humans and cats continues to evolve. Once worshipped as gods, now cherished as companions, cats remind us that even in our modern world, we share our lives with creatures of the wild. Cats are more than pets. They are tiny tigers, gentle healers, playful comedians, and sometimes silent philosophers who teach us about trust and patience. Every purr, every slow blink, every midnight sprint down the hallway is a glimpse into a world that has coexisted with ours for millennia. We hope this journey into their world has left you with a deeper appreciation for your own feline friend. We'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments below. What's the most mysterious, funny, or heartwarming thing your cat has ever done? And if you enjoyed today's exploration, please help us reach our first big milestone, 1,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button on Furry Facts and join our growing family of animal lovers. Together, we'll keep uncovering the hidden wonders of the creatures who share our homes and our hearts.